Going. So let's go back to Leon. Get your final word, and Pastor Joroge. Leon.
My final word is pressure. Put the pressure on your local jurisdictions. Blast social media with call to action. And the call to action needs to be justice for Ivor Otieno, because he looks like you and he looks like me. He looks like everyone in this country. So if we don't seek justice for Ivor, are we going to seek justice for the next Ivor, or the next one, or the next one, or the next one? We have to stand and fight for justice for Ivor Otieno.
Okay. Pastor, your parting shot.
I would just like to remind the population, the Kenyan population, and every other African that is here that can vote, that this is not a monarchy, but a democracy. And every person that is elected, they are elected to represent us. And what I'm trying to say is, if the representative from the local level all the way to the state level are not doing what we were hoping they would be doing, we should, revise our vote. We should get to the point where we are reminding them that we entrusted our vote because we knew that you would have our best interest at heart. The second part that I would also want to highlight is, I hear you, Joanne and everybody else in the studio talking about infrastructure and funding. And I've also started hearing that there is another side of the story, but this is what I would like to speak as a pastor. When it comes to upholding life, there should never be two sides. We should always be on one side, and that is life is sacred, despite how we look. So that is my 2 cents. And even if we do have the infrastructures, I pray that we will have the humanity to treat every person with dignity, no matter what they're going through.
Okay.
And those officers should have done that.
Okay, asante sana, Pastor. And there were people who were asking about where to contribute. We have that pinned, like if you go to the pinned comment at the very bottom, there's contributions on Cash App, Zelle, and GoFundMe. All those links are there. Feel free to contribute what you can. For those who are able to attend, the funeral service is scheduled for Wednesday, March 29th at the First Baptist Church at 6201 Iron Bridge Road, Richmond, Virginia, from 11:30 a.m. And the burial follows shortly after. And remember, this is America. We keep time. And for those who can't make it, there's prayers for the family which are going to be held tomorrow, Saturday, March 25th, from 6 p.m. at 2205 Haviland Drive, Richmond, Virginia, and all are welcome. And for those, of course, who can't attend either of this, you need to take action. It's good for those who are able to come and condole with the family. For those who can't, the family will be very appreciative if you take some kind of action. And the action can be something as little as Joanne said. Go to voteforone1.org, find who your legislator is, just flood their voicemail, find 5 people to flood that voicemail, tell each of those 5 people to find another 5 people to flood that voicemail. If many of us do it, guess what's going to happen? You will see this issue being discussed in the floor of Congress or in the floor of the Senate, and the ARVO alert that Evangelist Judy was talking about is going to become real, because there's been too many black people, too many minorities who've been harmed and even killed because of mental health distress or mental health challenges that they were going through, and there was no proper structure to handle them. And of course, remember that in this country, racism is baked into the system. This is something that I learned. Like when you bake a cake and you put a certain ingredient in the cake.
Mdalasini.
Yes, you can try put mdalasini in the cake. There's no way in which you can take out that mdalasini. It's already baked in there. It's already baked in there. So we are already starting on, like 100 yards back in 100 meters race. So we have to have an understanding of that, and we have to make our children have an understanding of that.
Like Pastor Karanja said, when he first came, his dad told him, boss,
Pastor Njoroge.
Yeah, Pastor Njoroge.
Yeah.
Boss, hapa kimeumana.
Kimeumana.
Wewe,
yeah.
Unajua hapa. Utajua ujui.
Yeah. And you know that
he was forewarned.
Those are the realities.
Which means he was forearmed.
Yes, those are the realities that we have to give our kids so that they know that this is the world that they're going into.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes.
You have to.
Black people will always face some kind of struggle in this country. There was a point where black people had to sit at the back of a bus, where there was a point where they couldn't go to certain places. They had their own fountains. So these problems evolve. So even the problems that we are facing right now, like we need to fight and take care of them so that when our kids come of age, and some of them are already of age, they will start dealing with their own problems and not these same problems that we are dealing with today.
They will not be shocked about, you didn't tell me, Dad. No. I'll be like, you know what? My mama told me, my papa told me, my uncle told me, my grandmother told me.
Yeah.
I have to respect this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also gonna give Evangelist the last word, and then we can wrap up the show. Evangelist.
For me, my prayer is just for you, Leon, even for God to prepare you and your mom as you lay your brother to rest. I know it's not been easy. I know you've been inundated with calls and and comments and everything. And I love for you guys to do and the press conferences. But just know that we are with you, and I'm gonna get the whole of Kenya to be with you. I'll get the whole of Africa to be with you because, like I said, I will blast. And as I'm doing that, I'm praying in the Holy Spirit because God has given us the power and the ability to do this for you. We are behind you. We love you. And for the team, thank you so much for putting this up. I really, we need to do this again. And let's engage the Kenyans. Let's engage our house rep. Let's engage other Africans because really, something's got to be done.
All right. Okay. Asante sana, Evangelist. Thank you so much, Leon, for coming through. And also...